This is Suzie Soule of Best Rock List. I'm here talking with Blake of Devour the Day.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good.
You're here on tour with Skillet and Thousand Foot Crutch.
Yes.
We're here in Peoria, Illinois at the Limelight where the show has been sold out for a while now, so that's pretty exciting.
It's very exciting. Most of the shows on this tour have been sold out, so we're very, very grateful and humbled to be here.
Yeah, that's awesome. You guys are from, where are you from?
I am from Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay. The band actually is from Memphis, Tennessee, where Joey, the co-writer and co-founder of this band and our previous band, that's where we started in this other band called Egypt Central many, many years ago. And that band broke up, and 3 years ago we had to start over. And so we wrote a couple songs. One of them was Good Man, which was the start of Devour the Day, really. As soon as we wrote that song, we knew we had a different band, so we had to come up with a band name and, put the whole thing together, just the two of us. So we found some really, really, really great musicians, Ronnie Ferris and David Hoffman, who are our drummer and guitar player, and here we are.
Oh, let's talk about that song, Good Man, because I really like the lyrics to that. I think a lot of people can relate to that song. Just where does the source of those lyrics come from for Good Man?
The inspiration is that there are no atheists in a foxhole, meaning that when people are at their point of destruction or impending doom, they cry out to something, and they don't, even people that are not necessarily religious or believe in anything like that, they still seem to, it's like deep down in their soul they know, and then they, at their last moments, they cry out for help, for something. And at that time, Joey, he was going through something very, very similar to that, and life was just coming at him from all angles, putting him in a corner, and he didn't know what to do, and he wrote the first couple. He wrote the verses of the song, and I came home from a trip, and we sat there and listened to it, and I was like, that's pretty cool. So we started working on it, and then we put it to some music, and then we came up with the verses and the chorus and everything, and then we had the song, and we were just like, we have another band, dude. So here we are.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. So in your old band, though, you were the drummer.
Correct.
And now you've transitioned to the vocalist and in the front. So how is that? How has that?
It wasn't necessarily by choice. It was because we didn't have a singer anymore, and so we were writing, and I was just singing the songs and the recordings, and I think halfway through we realized that we had something totally different. Like it might work if I try singing. So after 3 years of singing, though, I feel like I'm still terrible, but we're working through it.
I don't think you're terrible at all. That's funny. Not everybody can make that transition. So, okay, so your self-described Devour the Day is Carpe Diem with teeth. Tell me about that band name. How did you come up with that?
Well, Joey's father is a pastor, and we were coming up with all these ridiculous band names. It turned into a joke because we couldn't come up with something, And his dad was referencing a section of the Bible talking about that, and it's actually a phrase that's from the Bible, and I'm not sure exactly where it fits, or where it lies, but he said that to us, and it was exactly what we needed as kind of a motivational, something for us to inspire what we were working on, because we could have given up, we could have stopped making music, and changed our lives dramatically, but we didn't, and we figured this is what we've been doing for the past 10 years, and so why would we stop? And so we continued to work, and we found that band name, and it gave us even more motivation, and it encourages us to make sure that we make the most out of every day, and try and create every single day in one form or another. Just make something, even if it's a series of words, or if it's just a tiny little guitar riff or whatever. As long as we're putting something together to further our creativity.
That's good. There's a lot of work that goes into being a band nowadays. I don't think people realize how hard it is. So let's talk about Okay, so his dad was a pastor. Where did you guys are you guys considering yourselves a Christian band? You're on this tour with Skillet and Thousand Foot Crutch,
Mm, that
and your lyrics somewhat lend to some Christian references.
Yes. Yeah, we get that question just about every night, and the ideal for us is that we come from religious backgrounds. We come from families that are very, very, very involved with their church. But Joey and I aren't trying to push that message upon anybody, but we reference it. So we're a faith-based band is the way I would describe us, but we're not a Christian band because we have what we talk about in just about every one of our songs is riding the line between being a believer and not, and how confusing that is for a lot of kids out there that grow up, like for myself, I grew up in a Catholic church, and you're raised to believe that this is the way it is, and this is, and you must accept this, and yet there are all these things in your life that tell you that what if this isn't, and so you're riding the line, questioning back and forth, and that's what we focus on. We just point towards it and raise questions and raise awareness, but we don't try to push anybody in either direction.
Your latest album is out now, S.O.A.R. Came out in April. It's an acronym. What does that stand for?
It's an acronym for Suffer, Overcome, and Recover, which is the making of this record and the pressure that we started to feel, like if we didn't have a successful record, we're done. That's a very stressful thing. It's like, under a guillotine. So that lends itself to all of the painful things that define you, and how it's not just about getting through something. It's about getting through something and learning from it and thriving on the other side. And I think the understanding that comes through pain is wisdom, right? That's what I know. I've heard that somewhere many times, but that's essentially what we're discussing. And for us, making the record and finishing it and getting over all of these things and these reasons to quit, because there are some things that you just shouldn't be able to come back from, and I feel like a lot of people have this amazing ability when they are put in a corner to turn themselves around, and we love that. We love that in ourselves. We love that in people. So that's where most of our songs come from.
So, okay, let's talk about the song "The Bottom." Like, what was the bottom for you, or
for me? I just lost my father, and it was a long battle with cancer, and it was just didn't seem to be very much motivation for me to be in a band or to create music or to do any of that, especially going through it. And afterwards, it was, it's one of the most painful things emotionally that I've ever been through. It is the most. And somehow my family and I, we found a way to accept it and to be not happy with it, but grateful for the time that we had with him, and in a way we were happy that his pain through the cancer was over, because as much as we wanted to hold on to him and keep him here, it was too much. It was pain. It was too much pain. So we had to accept that, and we were happy that he's, of course, it's over for his sake. And I think that's one of those things where when people are pushed to their limits, they have this crazy ability to almost create these superpowers to be able to push themselves through it, like a mother stopping a car from rolling over her baby or something like that. And for us, we were at a point in our lives where we were just like, Joey's ex-wife had some serious issues, and it was affecting his life greatly and causing him a lot of stress, and that with my family and everything while we were making a record. And I don't know how you would find the inspiration to do anything, while going through those things, but somehow we did.
Well, and then that translates definitely to the music
Mm.
because it's genuine and sincere and people can relate to it. So everybody has those issues. Everybody reaches a low point sometime in their life. So it's really good. I like your album a lot. It's just amazing. S.O.A.R. Let's see here. Okay, so with so much divisiveness in our country nowadays, I feel like every time you turn around, there's something going on. What is one thing that someone can do to make this a better country, a better place to live?
I think that it takes little things from every single person. I think that it's just about, there are a lot of unhappy people everywhere, and I think that, yeah, I mean, how do you fix the economy? I don't know. I don't know how to do, politically. I have very few opinions because I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. So, I think that when it comes to, influencing to make a better country, I think it takes each individual person's just ability to treat each other correctly, like the way that we would all like to be treated.
The golden rule, I like it. Okay, for fun, what character, it's October, what character from The Walking Dead would you be? Do you watch it?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
all right.
And that's a good question. I think I relate the most to Glenn.
Okay, all right.
I think that is, he started off as this very strategic, very, very not scared guy, but he really hasn't been pushed to have to defend himself in any kind of serious way yet. And I think that when he finally, I know I'm about to, season 5, episode, no, I'm kidding, but there is a moment when he has to turn his life around and start to, handle his own stuff. And I think that that's the process of making this band and learning a new instrument and becoming, sitting behind a drum set. You sit behind a drum set, and you're kind of shielded. When you're up front, they can see everything, and if you mess up, everybody knows it. So that's conquering that fear and just diving head first into it. Our first tour, the first year, it was really it took a lot for me to get up there and sing because I was just like, I don't know how, I don't even know what I'm doing. So sometimes you just gotta dive right into it and figure out.
Yeah, it's very similar to killing zombies when you're strapped to a chair and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay, what's the best social media app to catch you guys on?
That's a good question because we're pretty much on everything.
Okay.
From bands in town to Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, everything. So if you go to our website, you find links to everything. But
Okay, devourtheday.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that the biggest thing that we have coming up, though, is the release of a video for The Bottom.
Okay.
And we are just in the final editing process today. So it should be out very, very soon, and we're really, really, really excited about it. It's a video that Joey and I directed, and it's we spent 5 days in Memphis, Tennessee, filming all the places and all the people that helped construct us and deconstruct us. So I think that people are going to see our story, and that's obviously what we write about. And honesty is I think a lot of bands have things, and honesty is ours. And we offer up every great thing and every mistake that we've ever made, and it's very exposing.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. All right. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. Devour the Day.
Thank you.